हेलो एवरीवन, वार्म वेलकम टू सुपर कोचिंग रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज यूट्यूब चैनल। मेरा नाम है माधव अरोड़ा। मैं आप सबका हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं आपके फेवरेट सेशन दैट इज फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स। आई एम प्रीटी श्योर अगर आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जामिनेशन के लिए या फिर सेबी ग्रेड ए एग्जामिनेशन और मे बी फॉर दैट मैटर सिडबी, पीएफआरडी, आईएफएससी एग्जामिनेशन, आप एक बात बहुत क्लियरली जानते हैं, समझते हैं कि फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स जो है वो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है इन दीज एग्जामिनेशन। ये जो सेशन है, द सीरीज ऑफ सेशन विच वी हैव लॉन्च फॉर यू ऑन दिस यूट्यूब प्लेटफॉर्म, व्हाट वी डू इज वी कवर द एंटायर फाइनेंशियल करंट अफेयर्स in this session itself, in this series itself, जिसमें हम holistically cover करते हैं RBI news as well. अगर मैं RBI news की बात करूं, we cover the RBI latest news, that is the segment what is in news these days. Then we cover the RBI notifications, RBI press release, even we cover the RBI bulletin and the other annual reports and the monthly reports of RBI. अगर आप चाहते हैं to score pretty well, not only in phase 1 but also in your phase 2 examination, then this is a must watch session for you all. इस सेशन के एंड में I will be sharing the link of my telegram channel जहां पर इस सेशन की पीडीएफ को आप for sure डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। तो आइए जरा देखते हैं कि आज हम क्या क्या चीजें डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। We will be starting our discussion with the first news which is related to RBI governor portfolios. So RBI governor portfolio has been updated and the reason behind this update is MD Patra ji का जो tenure है it has been completed. After that we will be moving ahead and we will be covering this news in a holistic manner where I'll let you know how the appointment of RBI governor, deputy governor is done. Even we'll discuss the latest extensions which have been given to the RBI deputy governors. Then we'll move ahead and we'll talk about IBBI, that is इंसॉल्वेंसी बैंकरप्सी कोड के तहत एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है दैट इज इंसॉल्वेंसी बैंकरप्सी बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया। इट वाज इन न्यूज ड्यू टू टू रीजंस। वो दोनों के दोनों रीजंस इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन में डिस्कस करेंगे और बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे कि व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल, we'll discuss in much detail that what is the actual meaning of IBBI. In the end, we'll talk about the latest approval which has been given by SEBI. SEBI ने एक कंपनी को अप्रूवल दिया है to operate as SM REIT. अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि what is REIT, what is SM word used over here, all these discussions will be done in this particular session itself. तो आइए जरा बिना किसी देरी के आज के सेशन की शुरुआत करते हैं, लेकिन एक बार कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा ऑडिबल हूं, विजिबल हूं, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, लेट्स स्टार्ट द डिस्कशन। ओके, तो आज की जो न्यूज है जहां से मैं आज के सेशन का स्टार्ट करूंगा दैट इज दी वीकली फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स कहें, फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स कहें, फाइनेंस न्यूज का डिटेल कहें, कुछ भी जो भी नाम आप देना चाहें इसे दे सकते हैं। और आज जो हमारी पहली न्यूज है दैट इज डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द आरबीआई नोटिफिकेशन व्हिच सेज द पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ डिप्टी गवर्नर्स हैज बीन रिवाइज्ड। अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर ये पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ डिप्टी गवर्नर्स क्यों रिवाइज किए गए। अगर मैं उस पॉइंट का आंसर आपको दूं तो ये आपके डिप्टी गवर्नर्स की लिस्ट है जिसमें अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो एमडी पात्रा who joined or who was appointed as RBI डिप्टी गवर्नर back in 2020। हम जानते हैं कि डिप्टी गवर्नर की जो टेन्योर है वो गवर्नमेंट द्वारा एट द टाइम ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट डिसाइड की जाती है और वो डिसाइड की गई थी दैट वाज 3 इयर्स, जिसे कंप्लीट किया गया जनवरी 2023 में। देन ही वाज गिवन 1 ईयर एक्सटेंशन, देन अगेन ही वाज गिवन 1 ईयर एक्सटेंशन, दैट मींस आफ्टर सर्विंग RBI फॉर 5 इयर्स नाउ ही हैज vacated this position, or I would say the deputy governor one position is vacant as we all know कि RBI में in total कितने डिप्टी गवर्नर्स होते हैं, 4 मैक्सिमम हो सकते हैं, लेकिन आज की डेट में कितने हैं, 3। अब वो 3 डिप्टी गवर्नर्स कौन कौन है सर? सबसे पहले अगर मैं लेटेस्ट अपॉइंटमेंट की बात करूं दैट इज श्री स्वामीनाथन जानकी रमन who was appointed back in 2023। उसके बाद अगर मैं बात करूं राबी शंकर जी की, टी राबी शंकर was appointed in 2021, he completed 3 years of his tenure in 2024 and now he is on extension, he is on 1 year extension, or you can say that he has been reappointed for next 1 year. Same goes with M Rajeshwar Rao. He was appointed back in 2020, he completed 3 years term, he completed 1 year extension and now he is on his second extension, or we can say that he is reappointed by the government for next 1 year. तो आइए जरा इनके पोर्टफोलियोज के बारे में डिस्कशन करते हैं। देखो एक पॉइंट बहुत सिंपल है जो आपको समझना है, वो ये कि आरबीआई का स्ट्रक्चर अगर हम देखें तो आरबीआई के जो डे टू डे ऑपरेशंस है, दे आर परफॉर्म, दे आर मैनेज, दे आर लुक्ड अपॉन बाय द ग्रुप दैट इज गवर्नर, और गवर्नर के साथ वी हैव 4 डिप्टी गवर्नर्स. दैट इज द मैक्सिमम काउंट विच वी कैन हैव. इफ इट इज लेस देन 4 इट्स ओके, बट 4 डिप्टी गवर्नर्स हो सकते हैं. अब जैसे ही एक डिप्टी गवर्नर ने एग्जिट किया, जैसे ही एक डिप्टी गवर्नर का टेन्योर कंप्लीट हुआ, जैसे ही उन्होंने एग्जिट किया, तो जो पोर्टफोलियोज, जो डिपार्टमेंट्स उनके अंडर थे, उन पोर्टफोलियोज को, उन डिपार्टमेंट्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना होगा विद इन दी लेफ्ट ओवर 3 डिप्टी गवर्नर्स. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि क्या सर ये पूरी की पूरी लिस्ट हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है? ऑब्वियसली नहीं. अगर आप देखें तो मैंने ये लिस्ट को बहुत डिटेल में आपके लिए दिखाया भी नहीं. जो आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है वो मैं लाइमलाइट कर देता हूं. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यहां पे जो है जिसपे हम डिस्कशन करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी डिपार्टमेंट. एक्चुअली MD Patra was heading the monetary policy department from past 5 years, but now as he has completed his tenure with RBI, now the department of monetary policy, a monetary policy department, has been given into the portfolio of M Rajeshwar Rao. Along with that he has been given the risk monitoring department, और उसके साथ साथ एक डिपार्टमेंट और जो इंपॉर्टेंट है, जो आपको यहां पर याद रखना होगा, दैट इज डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ रेगुलेशन. रेस्ट ऑल डिपार्टमेंट्स यू कैन इग्नोर इन केस ऑफ एम राजेश्वर राव. उसके बाद अगर हम टी रविशंकर जी की बात करें, तो टी रविशंकर के केस में जो डिपार्टमेंट्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज फॉरेन एक्सचेंज डिपार्टमेंट, विच इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, फाइनेंशियल मार्केट रेगुलेशन एंड फाइनेंशियल मार्केट ऑपरेशंस डिपार्टमेंट. ये 3 ऐसे डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं जो कि काफी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है पोर्टफोलियो का, किसके? टी रविशंकर के. एंड ऑफ द डे अगर हम बात करें तो हमारे लेटेस्ट अपॉइंटी, दैट इज स्वामीनाथन, श्री स्वामीनाथन जानकी रमन जी, ही इज हेडिंग ओवर दीज डिपार्टमेंट्स. आप पीडीएफ पढ़ लीजिएगा, पीडीएफ में आपको सारा अपडेट मिल जाएगा. लेकिन जो पॉइंट आपको यहां पर याद रखना है वो क्या? द न्यू chairman, the new head of the monetary policy department is now, the name is M Rajeshwar Rao, because earlier who was heading this particular department? So this department was particularly headed by MD Patra, who has completed his tenure on 14th of January 2020 as RBI Deputy Governor. He has completed 5 years as an RBI Deputy Governor. अगले पॉइंट पे बढ़ते हैं. अगला पॉइंट, कुछ निटिग्रिटीज है इस न्यूज से रिलेटेड जो मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करना चाहूंगा. कि पहली बात तो ये जो मैंने आपको बताया कि पोर्टफोलियो को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट क्यों किया गया, बिकॉज ऑफ द M Patra who has completed his tenure, he has completed his term as RBI Deputy Governor, and now the major departments have been given under the purview of M Rajeshwar Rao. So he will be the in charge of all the important departments like monetary policy department as well as department of economic policy research, and rest of the portfolios are distributed among the rest 2 deputy governors which we have discussed. आरबीआई में कितने डिप्टी गवर्नर्स होते हैं? जैसे कि मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में बताया कि सर आरबीआई में जो टोटल काउंट ऑफ डिप्टी गवर्नर है, जो मैक्सिमम हो सकते हैं वो कितने हैं? 4. लेकिन अभी के लिए करंट जो काउंट है वो कितना है? दैट इज 3. उसके अलावा जो आपको पॉइंट याद रखना है वो क्या, कि जो डिप्टी गवर्नर इंचार्ज होगा, प्लीज पे अटेंशन, दिस इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द डिप्टी गवर्नर हु इज इंचार्ज of the monetary policy department, he is the member of monetary policy committee as well. थोड़ी सी बात कर लेते हैं. हम जानते हैं कि सर ये जो monetary policy committee है, ये 6 members committee है. We all know that it's a 6 member committee जिसमें 3 RBI officials हैं. उन 3 RBI officials में एक है हमारे RBI गवर्नर, दूसरे होंगे हमारे डिप्टी गवर्नर जो कि कौन है? हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी, और तीसरे हैं हमारे एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर. अब ये जो मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी डिपार्टमेंट है, अगर मैं इस पे बात करूं तो मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी इट केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस इन 2016 से 2020 के लिए 4 साल के लिए बाकी के 3 एमिनेंट इकोनॉमिस्ट को अपॉइंट किया गया. 4 साल के टेन्योर के बाद दोबारा अपॉइंटमेंट हुई 2020 से लेकर 2024 तक. अब उसके बाद दोबारा से 3 नए एमिनेंट इकोनॉमिस्ट को अपॉइंट किया गया है for the tenure of 4 years, that is 2024 to 2028. Now I'm giving you a homework. Your homework is, after watching this video, you need to give me the names. You need to give me the names of newly appointed eminent economist in monetary policy committee. अब monetary policy committee, monetary policy department important है, हम सब जानते हैं. लेकिन सर इसको इतना ज्यादा लाइमलाइट क्यों किया जा रहा है? Why you are highlighting it so much? I have an answer for that. The answer to that particular question is, MD Patra was promoted as Deputy Governor in 2020. He served for Deputy Governor position till for 3 years. Then he was given an extension of 1 year, which was ended in 2024, and then 1 year extension was given till 2025. But the point of discussion over here is, before becoming deputy governor, MD Patra was the part of Monetary Policy Committee since its inspection 2016. ये point समझो, ये point बहुत important है, due to which I am highlighting this particular news. जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी में मैंने अभी आपको बताया 3 मेंबर्स हैं, गवर्नर, डिप्टी गवर्नर एंड द थर्ड मेंबर फ्रॉम आरबीआई इज एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर. सो सिंस 2016 MD Patra, or I would say in 2016 at the time of inspection, MD Patra was the member of Monetary Policy Committee, but at that time obviously he was not the deputy governor, but he was the executive director of RBI and he was the part of Monetary Policy Committee. फिर उसके बाद 2020 में उन्हें अपॉइंट किया गया एज अ डिप्टी गवर्नर, और 2020 से लेकर 2025 तक for last 5 long years again he was the part of Monetary Policy Committee. So he was one of the important pillar who is framing, or who was the part of monetary policy framework, and that is the reason after his retirement, after his tenure completion, now we are looking forward कि इन्हें कौन replace करेगा, whether M. Rajeshwar Rao will be holding this department for long, because उनका भी 5th year चल रहा है, तो how long he will be holding, we all don't know that. That is the reason now we need a new individual who will be taking up the position of MD Patra, not only as a deputy governor but also the head of Department of Monetary Policy as well as the member of Monetary Policy Committee. यहाँ पे कुछ पॉइंट्स और ऐड कर देता हूं, इतना ही नहीं, अगर मैं पात्रा जी के थोड़ा और कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात करूं तो he was the member secretary. He was the member secretary of what, sir? He was the member secretary of the expert committee to revise and strengthen the monetary policy framework. अगर आपको याद हो 2014 में under the chairmanship of former governor of RBI, that is उर्जित पटेल जी, at that time he was the deputy governor of RBI, और उनके chairmanship के अंडर एक कमेटी बनाई गई थी और उसी कमेटी ने रिकमेंड किया कि मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी को बनाया जाए फॉर फ्रेमिंग ट्रांसपेरेंट मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी फॉर द नेशन. So MD Patra was the part of that committee as well. That is the reason we say he has a huge linkage or long linkage with the monetary policy वाला segment. तो monetary policy committee हो जो इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, या फिर हम कहते हैं क्या, फ्लेक्सिबल इन्फ्लेशन टारगेट फ्रेमवर्क हो, इन दोनों में ही he has played a really very important role as he was the part of the committee which recommended it. Then he was the part of the first monetary policy committee as well. Then he was the part of monetary policy committee for 5 long years as the head of Department of Monetary Policy. So that are the reasons because of which this name is important. End of the day, few more things which I would like to add. So government has already started the process, जिस process के तहत उनका successor ढूंढा जाएगा. अगर हम बात करें the process involves whom all, sir, एक government panel बनाया गया है which include RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra, Cabinet Secretary TV Somanathan, as well as Department of Financial Services के Secretary, the name is M. Nagaraju. They all have formed a particular panel, and this panel is going to take a number of interviews in the upcoming week for the appointment of new deputy governor. लेकिन अगला प्रॉब्लम क्या है, अगली प्रॉब्लम को या अगला कॉन्टेक्स्ट को वो ये है कि February 2025 is not far, or February 2025 is the time when RBI will be coming up its final monetary policy for the current financial year, and this monetary policy will be aligned with the presentation of budget as well as economic survey. तो economic survey के बाद, budget के बाद पहली जो monetary policy बनेगी, पहली जो मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी प्रेजेंट की जाएगी, उस मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी में एमडी पात्रा तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं होंगे. अब देखना यह है कि गवर्नमेंट विल बी अपॉइंटिंग एनीवन बिफोर दैट, और वी हैव टू वेट दैट हिज अपॉइंटमेंट विल बी डन आफ्टर द पब्लिशिंग ऑफ February 2025 monetary policy, the last monetary policy of the current financial year. Is it clear till this point, guys? Is it clear till this point? सारी न्यूज समझ आई? इस न्यूज में कौन सा पॉइंट आपको नोट डाउन करना है, ये समझ आया? What can be the question which can be asked in the examination? Department of Monetary Policy से related question आ सकता है, that who is the ex officio member of Monetary Policy Committee in case of Deputy Governor? Then we will say Deputy Governor who is handling who is handling the monetary policy department, will be the member of monetary policy committee. Then you must be aware of the entire history of MD Patra, I guess. I hope each and every point which I just discussed is crystal clear. If it is clear, just give me yes sir, so that I can move ahead. Now I will be moving to a static part of this news. Why this static part is important? Because 26th governor of RBI is recently appointed, and the name is Sanjay Malhotra ji. Along with that, we are in a process of appointing a new deputy governor. So appointment of deputy governor is in news, and if it is in news, it's quite obvious that there is a probability that the question can be asked related to the appointment of governor as well as deputy governor. Appointment of governor and deputy governor is done almost on the same lines. I'll quickly discuss all these terms. First of all, so the appointment of governor and deputy governor is done according to the RBI Act 1934. Now the question is, what are the provisions, what are the conditions under this particular act? The first point from where I would like to discuss or start my discussion is, sir, RBI day-to-day operations are managed by Central Board of RBI. The Central Board of RBI includes whom? So Central Board of RBI includes the governor of RBI. Along with that, it includes the deputy governors of RBI. Then we have 4 directors which are nominated by Government of India. I would say the directors of 4 local boards which are set up in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. Then we have 10 directors nominated by Government of India and 2 government officials which are again nominated by Government of India, and this total comes out to be 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 10, 19, 19 plus 2, 21. So 21 is the total count of Central Board of Directors of RBI, and out of this 5 members, that is governor and deputy governor, they are full-time involved with the operations of RBI. Now the question is how the appointment of governor and deputy governor is done. Please listen to this very carefully. Sir, governor and deputy governor, they are involved 100% in the affairs of RBI only. That means they are involved with the day-to-day operations of RBI. If required, they can be given. If required, they can be given any part-time honorary work where we require their involvement, where we need their presence. That honorary work can also be aligned to them. But in general, 100% they are involved in the day-to-day operations of RBI. Second point is, sir, how the appointment of RBI governor and deputy governor is done. So the appointment of RBI governor and deputy governor is done by the search committee, and the name of the search committee is Financial Search Regulatory Appointment Search Committee. I repeat, Financial Sector Regulatory Appointment Search Committee. I repeat, Financial Sector Regulatory Appointment Search Committee. This is the committee which is responsible to finalize the name who will be the next governor or deputy governor, but the final appointment is done or the final approval is given by the cabinet committee. So remember that this committee includes the cabinet secretary, it includes RBI governor, as well as it includes the financial services secretary along with 2 independent members. If you just recall, few minutes back I told you that government has started the process of the appointment of new deputy governor under a committee which involves cabinet secretary TV Somanathan, which involves RBI governor, which include, or rather I would say, RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra, as well as it includes the Secretary of Department of Financial Services. The name is M. Nagaraju. If you check all these 3 designations, they are very clearly mentioned over here. So these are the 3 designations along with 2 independent members who form the Financial Sector Regulatory Appointment Search Committee, which basically finalize the name, but the final approval is given by Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, and the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet is chaired by whom? Sir, it is chaired by Prime Minister of the country. It is chaired by whom? Sir, it is chaired by Prime Minister of the country. So once the approval is given by this committee, that is Appointment Committee of the Cabinet, that means the approval has been given, that means the appointment has been done, and the individual who has received the appointment will be serving as RBI governor or maybe deputy governor. Now let's switch on to the point. If there is a situation where we have witnessed that there was a situation of absence of a deputy governor. So what happened? The portfolio of that deputy governor was distributed among the rest of the 3 deputy governors which are present. Now let's suppose if governor is not present in that particular scenario, government in that particular scenario, government can nominate any one out of the available 4 deputy governors to function as the chairman of the central board till the time governor is restored or till the time governor is reappointed. Is it clear, everyone? No, that is wrong. That is wrong. RBI, the question in the comment section, guys, why is the deputy governor not chosen from only RBI itself as a person? No, that is not the case. Generally, it's not something I would say that it is followed in a very restricted manner, but generally, deputy governors of RBI, 4 deputy governors, out of 4, generally 2 are the internal members, or I would say 2 are the internal employees of RBI who are promoted as deputy governor, and 2 are externally appointed. Why 2 are externally appointed? Why this conventional form of practice is being done? So the reason is, by appointing the 2 external individuals as the deputy governor, it will help RBI to get more insights about the other sectors. For example, a commercial banker, if you remember, M.K. Jain was appointed in the past. He was a commercial banker, so he will come up with the experience in the commercial banking, and that experience will undoubtedly help the RBI to frame the policies to bring the entire economy into a right picture. So that is the reason they generally try that 2 should be internal, 2 should be external, but there is no hard and fast rule, there is no hard and fast guideline that 2 and 2 division is ought to be done, but generally it is tried in order to achieve diversity in the board, and with diversity, a diversified policy can be framed which would be beneficial not only for one segment but for the entire economy of the country. Is it clear, everyone? Abhinav, your question is clear? Okay, moving on to the next point. This is very important and you need to understand this point very carefully. If someone asks you, so what is the tenure of RBI governor or deputy governor? So the tenure of RBI governor or deputy governor is 5 years as per RBI Act 1934. This is what, so they are saying that the tenure of RBI governor or deputy governor cannot be more than 5 years. This is the upper limit. And once an individual completes a tenure of 5 years, he or she can be reappointed as well. But the tenure is going to be decided. By the government at the time of appointment. It is being decided at the time of appointment. That is the reason when RBI governor was appointed, for example, Shaktikanta Das, he was appointed with a tenure of 3 years back in 2018 and he served till 2021. Then he was reappointed again for a tenure of 3 years. So I would say maximum tenure can be 5 years, but what is going to be the tenure of that appointment, that is decided by the government at the time of appointment only. If this question is asked that according to RBI Act, what is the tenure of RBI governor or deputy governor, our answer will be, sir, it is decided by the government at the time of appointment, but it cannot exceed 5 years, and after completing one tenure, he or she can be reappointed. That means, is there a possibility that a governor can serve for 5 years first, then again reappointed for 5 years? That means he can serve for a total 10 years. Yes, there is a possibility, but in the past, this had happened? No, this hadn't happened, or this situation was never witnessed. B.R. Rao is the till date longest served governor with 7 years and 6 months, if I'm not wrong. And the second longest served governor till date is Shaktikanta Das, who has completed entire 6 years as the governor of RBI. But on the other side, if you ask me about the deputy governors, yes, I have the names who have served RBI as a deputy governor for 10 years. The answer is C. Rangarajan. He was appointed in 1982. He served for 5 years till 1987. Then he was reappointed in 1987. He served for almost I would say 10 years, to be very precise. You can say 8 years and 8 months. 8 years and 8 months would be the correct answer. In case of A. Ghosh, 1982 till 1987, then 1987 to 1992. So if you check him, he has served as RBI Deputy Governor for 10 years. Is this a possibility? It's not a possibility. It is practically witnessed. In the past, before MD Patra completed his tenure and he left the RBI, we witnessed the appointment of RBI governor. But before that, we have witnessed one more update, and the update is M. Rajeshwar Rao was given an extension for 1 more year. So he was actually appointed in 2020 for 3 years term, which was decided at the time of appointment. It can be decided at 5, 4 or 3, but it is generally by convention from past few years. The initial appointment tenure is decided by the government, that is 3 years only. So he was appointed for 3 years, given an extension for 1 year. Then again, he has been given an extension of 1 year. Now he is serving his second extension, or you can call it as he has been reappointed for an extension of 1 year, and this announcement was done recently in October 2024. So it means in October 2025 he will be completing 5 years as Deputy Governor of RBI. Now, in relation to this particular news, let the examiner make the question. Either in phase 1 or in phase 2, you will be in a position, I'm pretty sure you will be in a position to answer all the questions, whether it is related to appointment of governor, appointment of deputy governor, process of appointment, committee involved in appointment, who is the chairperson of the appointments committee of the cabinet. You are clear with that. Now you are also aware of the portfolios which are served by the RBI deputy governors. Now you are clear with the MD Patra's role in the past, and now you are also clear that there is an individual who has served for 10 years as well, the deputy governor of RBI. I hope the entire news is clear to you. If it is clear, just give me yes sir, so that we can move on to the next news. And the next news is related to EBK. EBK Ray, what is it? We'll discuss that. Thank you so much, Tanu. Thank you so much. I hope it is clear to everyone. So let's check out the news. It is the news related to Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So first of all, let's start our discussion with this only. Before we understand the news, let's first discuss I would say the hero of the news, so that we can implement the understanding of the news in a better manner. So what is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? Sir, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India is an organization which is set up under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. It is a law which has been framed, which basically guides, which basically gives the conditions related to the process of insolvency completion. That means if a company is declared as insolvent, then the entire process which is going to be fulfilled or which is going to be followed in liquidating the asset and then recovering the amount for the creditors. So all that process is defined under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. But in order to look out that these conditions, this law, these terms, or I would say the compliances of this law is being followed or not, there is a statutory body, there is an organization which is known as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So let's read about it. So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, it basically enforces the rules for the process of corporate insolvency resolution, individual insolvency resolution, corporate liquidation, individual bankruptcy under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. It comprises of a chairman. Along with the chairman, we have 3 members from the offices of the central government which represent Ministry of Finance. 3 members, one from Ministry of Finance, other one is from Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and the other one is from Ministry of Law. So these are the 3 members from the government along with chairman, and we have 1 member which is nominated by RBI, and finally we have 5 other members which are nominated by government, and out of those 5 members, 3 should be whole-time members. 3 should be whole-time members. So remember this. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India is an organization which is responsible to look after the implementation of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. This board comprises of chairman, 3 members representing the ministries, 1 member representing RBI, 5 members nominated by Government of India, out of which at least three are going to be the whole-time directors. So this total is going to be what? So this total is going to be, it's a 10-member committee including chairman, which is responsible for looking after the day-to-day operations performed by different organizations, by different insolvency resolution provider companies under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. If someone asks you what is the term of the chairperson as well as the members of this particular board, so the term is again 5 years. Term is again 5 years or up to 60 years. So whichever is witnessed first for that particular time period or for that particular age, the individual will be serving as the member of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Now, I have one more question for you. My one more question for you as a homework is, who is the chairman, who is the current chairman of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? Please answer this question after watching this video in the comment section itself. Now, let's move on to the news. So what is the news? Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India mandates IBBI platform for liquidation asset auction. So, Ministry of Finance in the past has launched this particular platform. This is the platform which is known as IBBI. What is the purpose of this platform? So this platform was basically set up for the banks, that banks will be listing their real estate. Banks will be listing the real estate of their borrowers who have defaulted the loan. And now, in order to recover the loan, bank will be selling this real estate in order to recover their loan amount. So this particular platform will allow, or it will give the access to the entire market to understand, to check out, to take the insights of all those assets which are going to be auctioned by the banks in the near future. You can search the auction, you can search the property by city, you can search the property by I would say the area in that particular city, and you can be easily aware what is going to be the auction date from this website itself, from this platform itself. Even you can watch the videos as well as the images which are provided to get more insights about the asset which is going to be auctioned by the banks. So it is basically to provide a uniform platform where the auction of banks' assets can be done in a transparent manner, so that bank can recover its NP or bank can recover its loan amount from auctioning these assets. So let's check out what is the news now. The news says RBI has asked, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India has mandated that all the asset auctions which are under liquidation process must use IBBI platform, which is now known as Bank Asset Auction Network, which is termed as BANKIT now, that is Bank Asset Auction Network, starting from 1st April 2025. So all those assets which are going to be auctioned by the banks in the near future, they are going to be auctioned on this particular platform only from 1st of April 2025. It includes all those assets as well where the liquidation process is going on. This is basically to simplify the process of auction, boost the transparency, increase recovery rates in the liquidation cases which I just discussed. Along with this, you need to remember one more point, that Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India has directed the insolvency professionals, the professionals which are involved to complete the process of insolvency of different companies, organizations, that all the unsold assets from ongoing liquidation cases also. So all those ongoing liquidation cases, the company which has already been declared as insolvent and its insolvency process is going on. If the insolvency process is going on, still the company which is in the insolvency process, if its asset is also unsold, that is also going to be listed on this platform by 31st March 2025. So where the liquidation process has just begun, they should be listed by 1st April 2025. And for the ongoing insolvency processes, the unsold asset of that insolvent company should also be registered on this particular platform. So IBBI IBBI has mandated this platform to address issues with manual and fragmented auctions. EBK. If I talk about this platform, it was introduced back in 2019 in an advanced property listing and e-auction platform where the property listing can be done and auction can be done, and it is going to include all those properties which are ought to be auctioned by the banks in order to recover its NPA. So it is basically to recover the NPA loans by enabling the efficient sale of distressed asset through this digital platform. Is it clear, everyone? Let me check out few questions. What is the difference between this platform and BankNet platform? अरे मुकुंद, I guess you missed. हाँ ठीक है, नाम चेंज हो गया ना, ये देखो क्लियरली लिखा तो है मैंने, EBK platform which is now known as BankNet, that is Bank Asset Auction Network. Any other doubt? Is it clear till this point? ठीक है. There is one more news related to IBBI. I would like to cover that as well over here only. The next news which I'm talking or which I'm going to discuss over here is, please pay attention. IBBI has given extension for liquidation e-forms. Liquidation e-form submission deadline has been extended. So what is it? If any company goes into liquidation or the creditors, they reach to the officials that we are not able to recover our funds from the company and we are requiring to initiate the process of insolvency. In that particular case, insolvency resolution professionals or insolvency professionals, they have to submit the liquidation e-form. And this liquidation e-form, which is obviously in the electronic form, was introduced and the deadline was earlier 30th of September, but due to some technical issues, it was extended till 31st December. But now again, it has been extended till 31st March 2024. So just remember a very small news which has a probability to be asked in phase 1 examination, that by which date the deadline has been fixed by IBBI for the submission of liquidation e-form. Sir, earlier it was September, then it was December, and now it has been extended till 31st March 2025. Clear, guys? Clear? So I hope the three news which we have discussed till now, it's clear, and these three news, they have a potential that at least one question from each is expected in the examination, especially in your phase 2 exam of RBI Grade B. Moving on to the last news of the day. The last news talks about SEBI. So recently SEBI has granted license to a company named Satartha. What is this company all about? Sir, recently SEBI, which stands for Security and Exchange Board of India, has granted license to a Bengaluru based company. The name is Satartha Capital Management Private Limited for its small and medium real estate investment trust named Satartha SM REIT. How many of you are aware of this term REIT? Or how many of you are aware of this term SM REIT? So REIT basically stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. For example, one of my friend, he comes to me and he says, Madhav, are you investing in real estate? Because these days real estate is growing at a very faster rate. I said, yeah, I'm planning, but I have been to many real estate sites to initiate my investment, but the bare minimum investment was 1 CR or 2 CR or maybe 5 CR because I'm residing in a metro city. So it's impossible for me to enjoy the real estate capital gains because of the high volume and value of investment from day one. So in order to make it easy for individuals like me, companies like REIT have been set up, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. So what is this Real Estate Investment Trust? It means few members, they come together, they pool an amount, and that pooled amount is invested in the real estate. For example, there is a real estate project of 500 crores and I have invested only, let's say 1 crore out of that 500 crore rupees of project, which says according to that REIT certificate I have, I am the owner of that particular project up to what percent? That is 1 divided by 500 into 100. So this shows that 1 by 5% ownership is on my name. So I can invest in the real estate even if I cannot invest the entire amount. That small amount can help me to enjoy the capital gain benefits in the real estate segment with the help of REITs. And if I say small and medium, they are confined to a given category, given level of investment only, which I will be discussing in few minutes. So let's come back to the news. So SEBI has given the fourth approval of the similar kind. Before this, Property Share, then we have Rudra Abhishek Enterprises Limited, and Amberstone has already been given the license of SMREIT, and now Starta is the fourth company which has received the license to set up SMREIT. Now let's discuss about SMREIT. Whenever we talk about SMREIT, what it basically means, it stands for Small and Medium Real Estate Investment Trust. So SMREIT was obviously introduced by SEBI, and it was introduced recently back in March 2024 in order to encourage smaller real estate investments and increase the participation in this particular sector. So RMIET enable individual investors to invest in properties such as hotels, office buildings, hospitals, retail malls, and whatnot. They provide opportunity for smaller investors to participate in the real estate market with lower capital requirement, the way I have invested in this market in the form of example which I just took few minutes back. Now here comes the important point which will be used by the examiner to frame a question. SMREIT can invest in real estate valued between 50 to 500 crores. That means there is a bar. If you are using a word small and medium REITs, which means they can invest only and only in a range of 50 to 500 crores. This is the first condition. Second condition is it must have minimum 200 investors, excluding investment manager and their associates. That means whosoever is managing your investment, beside he or she, there should be minimum 200 investments or 200 investors, and the minimum investment amount of SMREIT is 10 lakh rupees. So these are the three conditions. First, you can invest as an SMREIT in a real estate value 50 to 500 crores. Second point is there should be minimum 200 investors, excluding the investment manager, and the minimum investment amount which can be done in these companies is 10 lakh rupees, which will help you to enjoy the capital gains related to the real estate. Now let's talk about some of the nitty-gritties related to Starta SMREIT. So Starta SMREIT will provide retail and institutional investors with access to premium commercial properties. It also enhances transparency, safeguard investors, and ensure regulated investment environment. It aligns with the SEBI regulation, which is very important. Lastly, it is planning to list asset worth 2,000 crore rupees by the financial year 2025-26, offering retail and institutional investors access to the commercial real estate. This is important. This is important if you are preparing for bank exams. This question is favorite for the bank examiners like IBPS and SBI, but yes, this can be asked. It aims to launch up to 6 REIT schemes in the financial year 2025-26, gradually introduce one scheme each month. This is the target which has been set up. But for us, what is important? Definition of SMREIT, conditions 50 to 500 crores, 200 members, and minimum investment of 10 lakh rupees. If you're clear with these three statements, you will be for sure in a position to answer all the questions related to this particular news. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? So that will be all from my side in this particular session. So I have given you homework. First is give me the 3 newly appointed eminent economists in Monetary Policy Committee. Give me the names. Secondly, you need to give me the name of the chairman of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India in the comment section itself. Do give me the feedback in the comment section. How was the session? I hope each and every point which I was discussing or which I have discussed with you is crystal clear. You must have enjoyed the discussion. I will be coming up again on Saturday, same time, with more and more insights related to your financial news, which will include the RBI updates as well. If you're enjoying it, do reply, do give me a thumbs up, do give me a love sign in the comment section so that I can get to know that yes, you are enjoying the discussion. And if you have any suggestion regarding this, you're looking forward for something else in this particular session, you can give me those suggestions as well in the comment section itself. If you want to join our upcoming batches are already live. What you can do is just use a code MADHAV on Testbook platform in order to enroll in all the different offerings at maximum discount by the name MADHAV. That will help you to score maximum discount. Thank you so much. Good luck. See you all soon. Don't forget to comment your homework answers in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good luck. God bless you all.